So that is your whole combo structure. The moves that launch them, the moves that keep them going, you spin them back down to the ground, you get your ender, and if the wall is in sight, you can maybe get them to the wall with a little bit left to go. So the last section is what are your wall combos. So wall combos depend on whether or not you still have your tornado. If you've done a really, really long combo and you just kick them to the wall at the very last second, they splat to the wall, your tornado's always done. So you could basically just have your, your last wall combo and that's it. So as far as those go, I'm going to just stick them to the wall by using forward 2-3 to simulate that, right? This is like they just got splatted to the wall by a combo right there. And if they're higher up, if they stick to the wall really high, you can sometimes get more stuff in before the regular combo, but that's going to be so situational. It's hard to really talk about what you should do there. There's one thing that comes to mind, and it's something you're going to be fishing for anyway, so it kind of just fits into the puzzle naturally. So I'm just going to use forward 2-3 to splat to the wall and show you what the combo options are. Forward 3+4 is kind of cool. It's a little bit of damage and it breaks the floor. If you're not worried about breaking the floor, you can do the extension, which is 3-4, does a little bit more damage. That used to be one of the max damage combos there was, and it's still pretty good. You can do 4-1, and then 1+2, which is even more damage because of the way it scales. Right? When they're on the ground, you get a little unscaled damage there, so that does a bit more. The most damage, however, now comes from while standing 1-2, do glide 3. Yeah, you got to be pretty fast to do this. You need the time to enter your crouch and then come back out of it. And you hold forward and do glide 3 as fast as you can. That's probably your max damage combo for the most part. The other thing you could do would be back turned. Back turned for, was it 4-3+4 is technically the input? That's going to be a grip of damage, but you need to be back turned to do it. So that's the case where if you did the combo, right, and you splat into the wall super high like that, you probably have time to do back turn and then do this, but it depends. It really depends. You don't have all day. So as we talked about in the very, very beginning, some of the wall carry enders would just be to end your combo with a while standing 2, so you end up like that. There's that damage. Not as much damage as it used to be. That got nerfed several times in Tekken 7, but it still hurts and it'll still break floors. So it's kind of a cool thing. I want to still try to get to that in a combo if I can. That's 41 without the splat. That's a good chunk of damage. And I didn't do the math on exactly which one is the most, but that's a pretty cool option. And you'll still get that floor break if you want it. So those are the damaging combos if your tornado was already used up. If you did a short combo and you kicked into the wall and you still have your tornado, or you just get a regular old wall splat like this, you can still do your tornado here like you could in Tag 2. So I'm going to do the same thing, use this to splat under the wall, but I still have the tornado, which just resplats them. My recommendation is to use a single hit high damage tornado, because if you did something like this, right, the rest of your combo is going to drop. You've used up all of your hits. So I think it's preferable to just do one hit of tornado and then do these 3 or 4 hit follow-up combos. This while standing, 1-2 do glide, that requires them to slump on the ground just right. So you're kind of screwing that up when you run out of hits. There's really not much else you could do. Like 1 do glide is pretty much all you're left with at that point, right? There's nothing else. So I recommend a single hit, and that is either going to be forward 4 or do glide 3 itself. Kind of hard to do. Or you could do glide 1+2, since we haven't seen that all day. Exact same amount of damage as 3, and you're going to get the same properties and everything. You don't use that for anything. We haven't used that in combos all day, and it's a cool move. It's from like Tekken 5, and they just brought it back, and it's got almost no uses in combos. So if you want to use that as your wall tornado, more power to you. I highly approve. But if you've done those, I'm going to just stick to forward 4 for simplicity's sake, so I don't drop it as often. You can still do the same combos as above. There's a forward 4, 4-1, palms, just like that. And you can do the max damage while standing 1-2, do glide 3. There you go, max damage. The other combo, this little delay double thing, you can actually steal a hit here. I've found that if I do a wall splat and then do this, I still get it. I do back 1-4 as my tornado, still works. Just a little bit more damage that way, but I think the 1-2 do glide is more damage, period. But it's up to you. If you wanted to use the homage to the old Lili combos and keep doing this, you totally can. You get 1 extra hit by doing a 2-hit tornado at the wall. If